a little bit, Cody, okay?
I thought you were about to do something.
No, I just gotta fix myself because. She wanna fuck with the woo. Ooh, let me just play some music while people are coming in. You feel me? Just waiting for people to hop in the stream, boys. She can dance like this. Oh, baby, talk like that. I think I am one though. Reading the signs of the body. I am live. Does he check on live?
No, I would have.
Hey God, I can see your body moving. It's like it's crazy. And I don't even know how to be here. It's absolutely crazy. Just waiting for people to hop in. Huh? She can dance like this. She can have a sister.
I have to go there.
Have to go where?
To go to the place.
We are currently waiting for people to hop in the stream. I can see everybody who's on hold. JW Football Talk, Jazz. We about to have Big Alex. Vincent Miller, sup, my bro. It should be a Sunday, but no. It is a Friday, 7 o'clock. We are less than 57 minutes from game 1. Rockets against the Lakers. Before I bring my people in, I just want to let everybody know, thank you for watching. We are a year of doing this whole YouTube thing, guys. Thank you for watching the 713 Houston Sports. We're going to bring everybody in. It starts with a guy who was let in by his girlfriend. She let him talk today. Here he is, Mr. Cody. What's going on, Big Papa?
What's up, man? Always gotta slide that in there, huh?
Feeling good. It was a good day. Before I bring the other guest in, let's go. Let's say hi to Vincent. Let's say hi to the Green Assassin. I don't know your name, bro, but the Green Assassin, Football TV, Mr. Tony Henderson, my boy Jason. Let me get to your question, Tony Henderson. First, let me bring in everybody. Shannon. Hello, what's the name of the next video we'll play with review about? I'll let everybody know. But let me bring somebody in. Mr. Hunter, you guys know him as Big Ounce on Twitter. He is somebody who should have his own YouTube channel, but he's dropped us some great insight. Mr. Hunter, how is it going, my guy?
Pretty good. Just enjoying a Friday afternoon, guys.
A good Friday afternoon. Yes, as we all know, in 56 minutes, the Lakers are playing the Houston Rockets. Rockets in 6 late. We will be discussing, guys, in about, week 1. That it's only 6 weeks away. But first of all, guys, do y'all realize that in 6 days, the Houston Texans have a legit shot to shock the NFL?
You asking a question?
Well, I mean, I'm just letting y'all know, man. Well, talking to the guys, talking to you guys whatsoever. So, let me start off with you, Hunter. Week 1, if you're Bill O'Brien, what do you say to the Houston Texans? How do you hype up this team?
I would pretty much just say fuck what happened in the past, and because
Came with it strong, baby. Came with
they can't
strong.
just keep looking back at it. They just gotta, they've been training for a long time. They've been with the team for a long time now, and They just got to say, fuck what happened in the past and just go play the game. Doesn't matter if they're Super Bowl champions or not. And it's a huge stage as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. You want me to go ahead and answer?
Yeah, of course, Cody.
Okay. So, fuck the past for sure. But I also, would you bring up, that you were 24-0 up on them?
No.
You wouldn't bring that up? I don't know, because I would think, look, we've had this team by the nuts before. We beat them before. We had them up 24-0, like what I just said. Of course, it didn't end the way that they wanted. But that's something along the lines I would say to the team is we can compete with this team. We've done it before. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying, forget the past and all. It's a shaky pass against them.
Yeah.
But especially
they've competed with them before.
Exactly. That's what I would say. They embarrassed us last time, but we've competed with them. Let's go out and get this. It's kind of along the lines I would say.
Both of you guys starting us strong. Both of you guys bringing it. Cody definitely is going to bring it for sure, this video. But if I'm Bill O'Brien, I'm going to say you had this team by the nuts. 24-0, and we let the foot off the gas. And not all of it is on you guys. I'm taking some of the blame myself. We should have went for it on fourth down. We should have put the ball in our QB, and we should have scored and make it 28-0. That's what we should have done. Before I keep on going on a rant, let me bring in new YouTuber podcaster. How's it going, Jazz?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we could definitely hear
How are y'all?
you. We could definitely hear you.
Pretty good.
We're doing good. We're gonna get to you. Finish. We're gonna finish what I'm saying. So let me go back to what I'm saying. We had this team by the nuts. We should not have let them come back. By us being up 21-0, 24-0, it shows that we could play with them, that we could score against the Kansas City Chiefs. We could stop against the Kansas City Chiefs, and we are better. Like I said this before, I put this tweet out there. I said, if this team happens to buy in, if they buy into this crazy notion that we don't need Hop, that we're going to have 4 very good wide receivers, that we could just do anything against the Kansas City Chiefs, and if the Houston Texans believe I can, that's what I'm going to tell the team for Bill O'Brien. I'm trying to gas them up. I'm trying to let them know that, hey, we had the Super Bowl winning team, like Cody said, on the brink. We just should have finished the job. Jazz, if you're Bill O'Brien, what do you tell the Houston Texans leading up to game on Thursday?
If I'm Bill, what do I tell them leading up to the game on Thursday?
Yes.
Oh God, I don't know. Just play. Don't worry about what happened in the past. It's a new game. I don't know.
It's a tough one, right? Because you did blow this lead, right? Can we all agree that it was more of us blowing the lead than Kansas City coming back? It was more of our mistakes that led to the Kansas City Chiefs comeback. We couldn't stop them to save our damn lives, right? 51-7, 51 points compared to our 7. So, Cody, week 1's coming. It's the first play of the game. You're the Houston Texans.
Are we on offense or defense?
You're on offense.
Okay.
What's your first play series?
I think if it's Bill O'Brien, you got to try to.
Bill O'Brien's going to run the ball the first.
Run the ball, exactly. You got to see what David Johnson's got right off the bat. That's what I think you got to do, and that's Bill O'Brien's game plan: run the ball on first down for sure. I think that's. I would say go for the big pass. It'd be great, but I think logically, realistically, it's going to be a run first. Give it to Johnson, see what he can do.
Hunter.
Well, I would say run if it was still Bill O'Brien running the offense, but I guess we should trust that it's actually Tim Kelly, so I guess I'll go with some kind of pass in the middle. Change it up since it's the new offensive coordinator.
Jazz, if you are Tim Kelly, what is the first play you run?
You said Jazz?
Yes.
Okay. I will be honest with you. I don't know anything about football plays.
Or do you go on a deep pass? Do you run the ball? What do you do?
I would probably do a deep pass, but I don't have like an explanation for why. But I would do it.
So if I'm Bill O'Brien, I'm throwing that thing deep. And here's why I say that. Because we built this whole offense around the deep ball. You bring in Brandon Cooks, you have Will Fuller, you have Kenny Stills, who also himself can go get the deep ball. That thought of, hey, at any moment that I could let this thing loose has to be in the back of the mind. I said it before, Cody. Me and you talked about this last week. That, if we're thinking about this in a fight and it's the Kansas City Chiefs against us, and they know that at any moment that I could catch them slipping and I'm going to sling that thing 30, 40 yards, that is going to stay in the back of their mind, and they're going to have to adjust to this defense. This is going to be a huge game for the Houston Texans, right? Because we not seen this Houston Texans team before. This is the first time we are seeing a team without a number one wide receiver, right? That is Andre Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins. We are a team that is just completely new. So, question, Mr. Cody. Now, this is going to be a tough one. How do you think the offense is going to look?
In terms of what exactly do you mean? Just like, what do I think?
In terms of like fluidity, like, are they going to come out, everything's going to be in sync, or they're going to come out going through growing pains,
Definitely, I think growing pains. Look, you added David Johnson, Randall Cobb, Brandon Cooks. That's 3 new guys, weapons-wise, on the offense. The offensive line, Titus Howard's coming back from injury. They haven't played a full year together. We typically start off slow. I think it's going to come out rough, and then hopefully by the end of the game, maybe after halftime, they get something clicking. Maybe they find something, maybe like it was over the middle passes that we can beat the linebackers on or something. Maybe that's something we can find. I think it's going to start off rough, though, to be honest.
So Hunter, basically Cody just said that they need to, it's going to start off rough. But when you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs, you cannot afford to start off rough with almost all of their starters coming back. So do you see a way that these Houston Texans do start off slow, or do you think that they start off, what we expect?
Me?
Yes, sir. Yes, Hunter.
I think it'll be a different look than what we've seen them play versus the Chiefs before. I think that they messed around with their offense to fit what the Chiefs do better. So I think they'll be, more suitable to stay in the game with them on offense. I mean, we don't have to rely on one receiver anymore. We can, 4 guys can, run all these routes. So I think our offense is less relying on one guy. I think it's going to look a lot different, and you can look at something I think it looks like to me is the Rams offense a few years ago.
Yeah.
They just have these, quick, fast guys that can run all these slants. I think it's going to look a lot different.
I mean, that's a totally agree. Mrs. Jazz, do you think the Houston Texans will start out on offense being conservative, like not trying to hold out, not trying to go balls to the walls, or do you think that's exactly what they do, is go balls to the walls against the defending Super Bowl champs?
Tim Kelly is calling, right?
Yes.
I would hope they would go balls to wall and just go hard. I think that he would probably do it to be like different from O'Brien, maybe. I don't know, but
Okay, if I could touch on that, balls to the wall, like you said, go deep on the.
it.
You can't hear me. Okay, I'll just keep talking. Anyways, go balls to the wall. That first play, like you said, go go deep pass. Just catch them off, get them on their heels. When was the last time we ever just came out throwing to start a game? Like, I don't know if one of y'all can tell me that off the top of y'all's head, but get them on their heels, passing wise. I get what y'all are saying with that, and that's what I would ideally want, because that's what they're going to be doing too. I think ideally it's going to become a shootout. That's what I would hope. But I don't know. It's tough to say for sure because we don't know what Tim Kelly is. I would hope balls to the wall passing would be what. But you also got to throw David Johnson in there somewhere. You grabbed him for a reason,
I think, I try to send a statement this game. I think I try to throw out almost everything what I have this first drive, right? Because the first drive is not only sending a message to the Kansas City Chiefs, you're sending a message to the whole NFL. And you're going to be on prime time. This is probably going to be one of the most watched games ever. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic, ladies and gentlemen, and there hasn't been football at all. This is the first game. I think first drive, you have to go balls to the wall. I don't want to see a 3-and-out. I want to see them take it and score. Hunter, do you think, the Texans started conservative, or do you think they try to make something happen?
I would definitely say that they want to start out the game, just trying, like you said, going with all they got on the first drive. Like I said, they have so much speed that's completely new. I mean, Will Fuller hasn't been healthy, and he's healthy now. So you can put him with Brandon Cooks. I think they really try to take some deep shots to them on the very first drive and see if anything can click.
Yeah, so before we keep on going, ladies and gentlemen, this is a kind of live stream where it's not just you guys asking us questions, because we are this close to game time. We're 6 days away. It's going to come by, faster than we expect. So let us say hi to a couple people. Vincent, Green Assassin, Shannon, who else? Buffman, Jason, bro, you said seriously, they're awesome. Cody, he's back. You already know who he is, guys. Mr. Dookie Soar 101, friend, family of the 713 Sports is gone. Guys, I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous. It's just I'm nervous how this team is gonna come out, because you do have some concerns. You have concerns with the brand new offense. You definitely have concerns on the defense, Hunter. But before I get to you, there's a question for Jazz. So Jazz, let us know what you do or what you plan to do, because Mr. Bufferman asked who is Jazz and what you and your friend have going on.
So it's with me and Monica, and we're just gonna talk about after post game after the Texans play, just our thoughts. So we're not neither of us are very analytical people, but we're gonna do the
reactionary.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I think the most analytical person here is Cody. Honestly, I don't know the X's and O's and being on you. I mean, I know plays are. Cody will hear talk about 1 take, 3 take, all this type of stuff, and I'm barely trying to catch on. But that's good, because the Houston sports. There's not a lot of there's about 19 of us, so we have room to grow. Frank Lee said, "Love this channel, love this content." I love it too. Now Shannon brings up a great point, Hunter. He says, "I hope we start blitzing a lot." And when you hear Anthony Weaver, you hear him say, "I have pass rushers. I just got to put them in the right situation." How often do you want to see this Houston Texans team go after the quarterback in blitz?
Well, versus the Chiefs, I would say I would prefer have more people in coverage than blitzing. But I think that Weaver's going to implement a lot of different blitz packages to put us in the better position to get to the quarterback than before. Because I think, while I love Cornell, I think he's not a big adjustment guy. I think Weaver's going to come in with different blitz packages that we haven't seen from the Texans in a few years. So I guess that's my take on that.
Cody, how do you respond to that? Because I have my own way about what they should do on defense, but I just want to hear yours first.
I definitely think, throughout the whole season, it's going to be more blitzes, especially last year, because it's very conservative, it felt like, with the off-ball coverage, especially that Saints game, I think it's definitely going to be more blitz packages. I'm curious to see if it's a lot more bring a corner kind of blitz instead of maybe a linebacker, like a middle linebacker or something. My concern is how much we're blitzing, how much, because smart teams like Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes can pick that apart.
Yeah.
How much we're doing it, and then if our guys can win their one-on-one blocks. If we send 6 guys, and then they have 5 linemen and then a running back in the backfield that's blocking, and we can't win a one-on-one, what does blitzing do? And then we only have 4 guys in the back, or 5 guys in the secondary. And if we can get a pass rush, we saw it last year. We can't cover that long. So
I mean, I kind of totally agree. My thing is, like, if you guys paid attention to what the Baltimore Ravens did last year, Cody brought this up, and he's what got me onto it. They were, 27th in sacks. Didn't get that much sacks, but they were 5 in QB pressures, which led them to, being one of the best NFL defenses in the NFL. They weren't getting there, but they were causing disruption. And they blitz, 50% of the time. And if I'm Anthony Weaver, dude, I have to look at something like that. And I have to kind of take a gander of, man, maybe that is something that I could definitely try. So, guys, speaking of the defense, I'm going to start with you, Jasmine. One player on this defense that really excites you coming on for this season?
I'm going to say probably Cunningham. I don't know.
Zach Cunningham. Zach Cunningham just got paid 20 plus tackles last season. Do you think there's a chance, Cody, that Zach Cunningham takes the next step and becomes not just one of the best linebackers in the NFL, but the best linebacker? I'm sorry, not in the NFL, in the AFC, the best linebacker in the NFC. And then tell us who you think on the defensive side of the ball are you excited for?
For Cunningham, you might not like this answer, but he has to wait and see if he can get better in coverage. That's what it is for Cunningham. He's got the run game presence. He has to get better in coverage, which he was not very good at. He has the tools for it, and he can do a little bit of zone stuff, but he's horrible in man. He's horrible in man. And now pass rush will help that if they can get there a little bit sooner. Like you just said, pressures are everything. You might not get to the quarterback, but if you can pressure him, make him get uncomfortable, make him move out of the pocket, you make errant throws. And then you're getting bat downs and stuff like that. As far as my favorite or who I'm excited to see, I got 2 of them. One's Lonnie Johnson. Because depending on how Lonnie plays, it changes the whole secondary. Maybe we can move Roby inside to play. Well, Roby would still start, obviously. But when we needed a third corner, he moves inside and you bring Lonnie in, and if he can hold his own, especially against the tight ends, then that's beneficial to our secondary and our pass rush extremely. My other one is Ross Blacklock. He's a rookie. I love, dude. He reminds me of Chandler Jones. That's what it is. And at TCU, he played a lot of gap holding. He wasn't allowed to rush up the field a lot. I think we're going to use him more as a rusher up the field. He'll still have to contain his gap, play his gap, stuff like that. But I think rushing him up the field and his size and his body frame and his athleticism, I'm very excited to see it. He looks like an Aaron Donald, to be honest with you. But I'm not saying he's Aaron Donald. That's just kind of what he looks like. I hope he has Chris Jones potential.
That boy Cody has a crush on Razzle Blacklock. I mean, I do too. I'm not even going to lie. Mr. Hunter.
Beer real quick.
You see, Cody is an alcoholic, guys. So we need to show our support to Cody. We need to let him know that it is okay, that we are here from. I'm just kidding. Mr. Hunter, one defensive player that you really like from this Houston Texans defense?
Someone I'm excited for, I would say probably Conley, because I think I was going to get into our secondary earlier, but whether
we'll get to it later, but you could keep on.
Okay, yeah, I would say probably Conley, because whether he's going to be, whether he lives up to his potential or not, I think decides whether our secondary is good or bad. I think it's really on him. We're trusting him to be, I think, the man corner, and I really think it's on him to, whether our secondary is good or bad. So I'm really excited to see if he lives up to his first round potential. I think he can. I think last year he came in mid-season, so it was a little bit harder for him to, just blossom. But with the whole offseason, I'm excited to see if he can be locked down or not.
So one thing about Gareon Conley is that he is hurt. We've heard, reports that he does look kind of sluggish. Not sluggish, but slow out there. But that's just because of his injury. And at this point, injuries, he's bad. But this one is just a mental game. He messed up his ankle pretty bad. He had surgery. He's going to get better as in time. But I myself am excited about Gary Conley, just like you, Hunter. He came into the Houston Texans, had 14 pass breakups, 3 in the playoffs, did not let a receiver go over 80 yards. I think he only allowed 1 touchdown on the season, but he definitely saved 3 touchdowns against the Bills. If Gary Conley is not playing in that Bills game, guys, I want you to understand, we lose that game. 3 pass breakups in the touchdown Gary Conley had. Now, if it's me, I'm going to give you 2 players. Both of them are linebackers. Bernard McKinney is one that I'm excited about. Not excited, but question about, because he's going to have to go against some running backs who could catch the ball. Bernard McKinney is not that good in coverage. So I want to see how he does it. I want to see where it moves him around, because we saw Roman Cornell blitz Bernard McKinney off the edge. Jordan from Texans Thoughts has talked about this before. And I want to see what they do with McKinney, because what are you going to do when he goes against Joe Mixon, when he goes against Jonathan Taylor, when he goes against all these running backs who he cannot hang with? I want to see what they do with him, because he is going to be a liability. And somebody who is taking – Yeah.
Do you think that – so I heard Weaver talk a lot about putting players in the position to succeed. Do you think, since he's not really good in coverage, do you think maybe they can, not put him as in coverage as much and maybe have a safety take on that kind of role for him?
I was just about to bring that up. I was just about to bring that up because, one, you got Dylan Cole, but he can't stay healthy, so we don't know there. Mm-hmm. A.J. Moore is an interesting name because he's big enough to play that sub-package linebacker. So, especially against the Chiefs this week, because if we look at, matchups at least, Lonnie on Kelsey, probably with Murray helping him because he can't do it one-on-one. We saw that last year. I just don't think he's ready. You got Conley, if he's healthy enough, and Bradley Roby on Reek and Mecole Hardman one-on-one, and then you have Justin Reid over the top to help on that. Who's covering Clyde Edwards-Helaire at that point? It can't be Cunningham or McKinney. They're going to get eaten alive. A.J. Moore might be your answer at the sub-package linebacker spot to cover Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Sorry, you were on my mind there.
No, yeah, I completely agree.
And I'm glad you guys brought up Dylan Cole, because that was the second linebacker I was going to talk about. Dylan Cole, if healthy, is the Texans' best linebacker in coverage. Dude almost had 2 pick sixes last year. He couldn't catch them. He needs to put some glue on the hands. But when he's healthy, man, he is. We saw him against the Browns 2 years ago. He had, I think, 2 interceptions that game. One of them he took it back to the house for a pick six. So, I'm just excited for this team whatsoever. Before we go on, Hunter, what do you get from Whataburger, bro? Because I see you're drinking that Whataburger cup.
I got that Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich.
Jasmine, what do you get from Whataburger?
I get the number 1 in a raspberry tea.
Cody, what do you get from Whataburger?
Honestly, I love their 3-piece chicken strips.
That's lame.
I'm a chicken guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you order chicken strips at steakhouses?
No, I get steak.
No, he doesn't. He gets a chicken strip.
Dude, I love a sirloin.
What I get from Whataburger is I get the chicken strip sandwich.
Hell yeah!
It's good. It was good. My girlfriend, she put me on. I used to get the number 1, but one thing about me when I eat my burgers, I don't know why we're talking about burgers, but I don't like anything on it but the meat, the cheese, the ketchup, and mustard. I just want it plain, beautiful like that, And then she's like, well, why don't you try this chicken strip thing? I ate it. Delicious. John says the patty melt. Oof, I don't know about that one, boys. But let's go on to the Really? Have you tried the chorizo one? I'm scared to try it. I don't trust any fast food place that makes chorizo. But let's move on to this offense. It's going to be the same call. First of all, let's get to this question.
I've seen it 3 times.
He's asked it 3 times. My stupid brother thinks Tyrann Mathieu is better than Justin Reid. This is probably a very tough question because Tyrann Mathieu, he does have the pelts on the wall. He is an all-pro. He is a Pro Bowler. He's a Super Bowl champ. I think now he has the edge over Justin Reid. But for the foreseeable future, I think Justin Reid takes the next step and becomes one of the best safeties in the NFL. Jasmine, I'm going to let you respond to this because I know you and your girl Monica have a man crush on Justin Reid. Are you excited for Mr. Justin Reid this upcoming season?
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot about him when you asked what defense player I was looking forward to watch, because it's definitely him. I think he's gonna be great. Yeah, and you said that Tyron has like all these things on Justin right now, but it's like only his third year, right? So he has a lot of time to grow as a player, and I don't know. I just think he's gonna do great.
I love Justin Reid. Don't get me wrong. When we drafted him, I was like, dude, is this guy going to be good? He just suppressed all our expectations. Football TV. Got to get that question because he asked it 3 times. Like I said, guys, we try to get to some questions towards the end. And this is how it's going to be during the season. We're going to be talking about the game. We're going to be talking about the upcoming game. So Cody wanted to respond. He cut me off. But yes, Cody, what would you like to say?
Sorry. I just wanted, before you went on to the next thing, just touch on it. It's kind of hard to compare. They are both, as the safety positions, better as box safeties. I will say that, so you can compare them in that aspect. But Tyrann Mathieu does a lot of the slot duties.
Yes.
He can play slot, and Justin Reid can't. But Justin Reid can play free, where Tyrann can do it too. I just don't know if he's better in the slot or strong safety role. They both suck against tight ends. So it's just a matter of, I think right now Tyrann's better, like you said. But feeling-wise, I think Justin can be one of the top 5 safeties in the NFL.
As we all know, I'm still trying to get blocked by Tyrann Mathieu. I say this dude sucks. I say he shouldn't even be in the league. I photoshopped a video of him getting slapped by Justin Reid. So we are trying to get blocked by Tyrann Mathieu. I'm going to do my best. But it's pretty much the same question for the offense. We're going to start different. Hunter, one person for this offense, not naming Deshaun Watson, are you excited for?
I will go with, honestly, most excited. I was going to say most interested. But most excited, I'll go with Brandon Cooks because he's had 1,000 yards receiving seasons 4 times in his career. And this version of Deshaun Watson arguably could be the best quarterback he's played with. At least not the second or third. Maybe second or third, maybe. So I think if he's healthy, I think we're looking at automatic 1,000 yards. And, he has the potential to, go beyond that. So I'll say him just because he's done it many times before.
We're going to cut you off again real quick. Can I ask you real quick, what do you think about his season last season? Because statistically, it was his worst season on the book. Worse than his rookie season in terms of averages and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know, the obvious answer is probably Goff, but in terms of Brandon's play style, it's yardage. It's not like a touchdown monster or anything like that. And yardage was the same from 2018 to 2019. So what do you say about his kind of fall off last year? Because he fell off like 600 yards or so.
Yeah. I think it just could have been an off year. I think their offensive line was really bad. I think he had dealt with a lot of injuries. Basically, I just think it was an off year. If you take that year out of his career, I think, take that year out, I think he's had a lot of really good seasons. So
for sure.
I just think it was just a weird year for the Rams, and you just got to look at the offenses he's been in when everything's clicking.
Fair enough.
So I guess that's what I'm.
I kind of have to agree with Hunter, and also I disagree as well. The offensive line was absolutely horrible. What is one thing that Brandon Cooks is great at is the deep ball. So you need time to throw that deep ball. And not only that, Jared Goff cannot throw that deep ball very well whatsoever. A thing that was bad is that he was nicked up. He left a lot of games injured. So that concern is there. I myself am very excited. But Jasmine, one player on this Houston Texans offense not named Deshaun Watson that you are excited for.
Can I say the whole receiving core?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, because I'm so excited for them. I think that they're very slept on, but everyone is so fast, and hopefully, if everyone stays healthy, like they're gonna shock a lot of people, and I think they'll really show like Deshaun's talents, like him being able to throw the deep ball and everything, and yeah.
We're
And
gonna
I'm
zoom.
like repeating things people say, but I cannot hear Hunter or Corey, so
Oh.
I don't know if I like repeat things or anything.
No, you're good.
No.
No. Actually, you're doing perfect. Vincent says, "Hey, bro, is there any chance I could join this?" As of right now, not right now because we're gonna be on for the next 24 minutes till the Rockets do play 8:00. But guys, so like I said, if you guys want to come on the live stream during the season, it's gonna be really fun because we're gonna actually have something to talk about: the game past and the game coming. So feel free to hit me up on Twitter at 713HSP. That's where I'm mostly on. Hit me up. I'll add you to a group chat. We're about 40 people deep. All texting group chats at this point ramp up. Before I used to just have them unmuted. Now I have to have them muted because it's constantly, I'm ready for the season. I'm ready for this. So if you guys want to come on, I don't have a problem with you coming on. The only thing I ask for is, is just, you don't be wild on here. But I don't know why I'm showing my license. But for one offensive player I am excited for, not named Deshaun Watson, because I think Deshaun Watson is going to be the MVP of the league. That's why I put $300 on him. But Will Fuller.
Yeah.
Will Fuller is in his contract year. Will Fuller has not played a full season in the NFL. Will Fuller has put on 20 pounds of freaking muscle. He looks jacked, guys. He looks in the best shape of his career. If he could stay healthy, he could put up 1,000 yards easy. That's a note. We all know this as Houston Texans fans. And it's just a matter, Jasmine brought it up. The matter of this team isn't skill set. We have they stay healthy. And if they can't stay healthy, then this team is something. Then they start giving problems in the NFL. One of the reasons why the offense was very inconsistent last year, not only because of Bill O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen, it was because a lot of players were in and out of the offense. Will Fuller was here, not here. Florida will coming back. Boom, he gets hurt again. We need consistency and health. And then things start to happen. And then you start to get, shock a lot of people. Because believe it or not, guys, the Houston Texans do have a shot to shock a lot of people. Nobody believes in us at the moment. Everybody thinks we're just going to be absolutely horrible. You've seen the projections: 6-10, 4-12, number 3 in the AFC South. It's kind of ludicrous of how stupid they have it. That just shows they themselves do not know what the Houston Texans are capable of. So Cody, then head honcho of this team. He's the coach. He's the GM. He's damn near the owner of the franchise. Can Bill O'Brien do it?
You want my favorite offensive player first, real quick?
Oh, dude, did we not ask you?
No, you didn't.
I'm so sorry, bro.
No,
Yeah,
it's all good, dude. I'm gonna give you mine real quick, and then I'll answer your question. Mine's the offensive line. It's the offensive line because everything can run through Watson in this offensive line. Look, anybody can get open if you have enough time to throw. That's why I think Phillip Rivers is going to do good in Indianapolis. He's a gunslinger for one, and then they have a great offensive line. If we can get into the top 5 offensive lines, maybe top 5 in terms of passing. I'm sorry, I'm blanking. In terms of winning pass rush snaps and stuff like that, then we can do anything. It doesn't matter which receivers on the field. Like we saw last year against our defense. Our pass rush couldn't get anything, and then the corners can only cover for so long. You get what I'm saying? So anybody can get open if the offensive line blocks well enough. This definitely is a much improved unit from 2 years ago. I think the continuity is only going to help it from last year. So that's my favorite position on the offense. Your question was, can O'Brien do it? Can O'Brien get it done?
Can he get it done?
He hasn't shown me it. He hasn't shown me it. I don't think so. I think this is a guy who's capped out at the first or second round, or the second round, I guess. I know he's delegated his powers. We'll see how long that lasts. He just for me, I don't think he's the guy. I think he would be a better college coach than he would be an NFL coach. He runs the organization like it's a college football team. So I don't think he's the guy to win at the next level. I think definitely he could be the kind of that Nick Saban guy if he goes back down to college. His coaching, I actually like him kind of better as a GM than a coach. It's just not there for me. We have games that are great, like the Atlanta game, the 57-14 Tennessee game, and then we have the Panthers, the Broncos, the 28-0 Jacoby Brissett-led Patriots game. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just he's not the coach for me. I'm not high on him at all. I'm over him. Hopefully we'll see what happens this season, though.
Mr. Hunter, can O'Brien get it done himself?
I don't think any reasonable Texans fan can say yes. I think
You'd be surprised, bro. You'd be surprised.
I don't understand. My answer is maybe, and we'll see. I can't say yes, but he just needs to be more consistent. I mean, he goes on these streaks. You know, what did they win in 2018? 8 games in a row, 9 games in a row.
9.
If he can be more consistent like that, he doesn't have to win 9 games in a row. But if he can just be more consistent, I don't see why not. But I mean, I can't say yes, but I don't think he absolutely can't do it either.
So Jasmine, before we let you go, we're gonna ask you 2 questions, 2 important questions. Okay, this is your chance. This is your chance. All right. Can Bill O'Brien get it done?
I mean, I kind of don't think so. But, like, I don't know. Like, the players, like, talk good about him. I mean, unless they leave the team, then they talk bad. But the players who's on the team, they, like, talk good about him. So, I don't know.
That's a
I don't know either.
Right? Oh, yeah, that's it's a question with Bill O'Brien, man, because, you know, when you hear players like, you know, okay, the players who got cut are like, oh, Bill O'Brien sucks, Bill O'Brien does this. But then you see Tyrann Mathieu said, I'm cool with OB. You hear the news on Jadeveon Clowney say, hey, I was thinking about coming, but I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. Please, I hope I'm not in trouble. Redact that. But, Jasmine, before we let you know, please let these guys, then let the channel, because we're about 30 people deep, you know, what your YouTube channel is about. What are you going to be dropping? How often are you going to be dropping?
Well, I kind of talked about what we were about.
I forgot.
But I think we're going to do it, like, weekly. Like, every time after they play, just...
The reaction? Oh, she can't hear me.
Yes.
I can't hear.
Oh, yeah, the reaction. No, yeah, the reaction. I apologize, but Jasmine, thank you for coming on. You know, we are definitely going to have you and your other partner along as well. Oh, no, it's fun. It's fun talking football. I mean, you guys are kind of making history. You guys are the first, you know, female-led YouTube channel, you know, that actually watches the game. If you guys follow them on Twitter, please do. You know, I'll drop their ads below. They literally talk about the Texans every day, and it's just like, you know, you don't really see that often.
What's your channel?
But, yeah, what is your channel name? Or is it not up yet?
Well, we don't have a name yet.
Okay, well, like, I could just send the link, you know, like whenever everything's set in stone.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, but anyway, Jasmine, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
No problem.
Can I touch on a comment real quick?
That's crazy, boys. You know, whatever comment you want to.
It actually went away. I forget who said it, but it was like, I think OB is a trash GM and coach.
Yeah, that was, I'm sorry, Cody, I have to disagree with you. He is a trash at both GMs and coach.
I'm not saying he's a great GM. I definitely have moves I disagree with. But if I had to choose one or the other, I was saying I think he's a better GM. I would take him as a GM before I would take him as a coach.
I probably agree.
Touch up on that, Hunter. Yeah.
All right, so who do y'all think will be our most consistent tight end? I think Fells will be probably in the game most of the time for blocking and red zone. But who do you think will be the most consistent? Like, do you think Akins? I guess yardage and touchdown wise. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I'll answer first, but I also want the chat to answer this as well, guys. Who do you think would be the most consistent tight end? Like Hunter says, I think it's Jordan Akins. We saw a lot of it last year where when a big play needed to be made for the tight end group, not for the game, Jordan Akins had that 60-something touchdown yard against the Chargers. I don't know why he was on the field. He wasn't on the field much more. I think he brings more to the scheme. If you're talking about going deep and stretching the field, the thing about Fells is huge. He's 6'7", 6'8". He is a red zone tight end. So it's going to be a tough one. Speaking of tight ends, the tight end group took a picture the other day, and you know who wasn't on there? Jordan Thomas. So are the Houston Texans running with Kahale Warren, Jordan Akins, and Darren Fells? Cody, I'll let you answer his question.
Oh, man, I would wish they would cut Fells, to be honest. I think all three of the other guys have higher ceilings. We brought in Fells to be a blocker, and he wasn't really good at that last year. He was a surprise, like you said, in the red zone. But Jordan Thomas caught 3 touchdowns and half the snaps his rookie year, and where Fells caught 7 and double the snaps. So I would prefer the other guys, but to answer your question earlier, I believe it's Akins as well in terms of receptions and touchdowns. Apparently, Akins has been doing pretty well in the red zone in practice. It's just practice, so we'll actually see when it comes game time. But I think he's going to be the starter for most of these games, so he's definitely going to get the yardage and the receptions. Touchdowns would be an interesting one, though, and that is honestly depending on who they keep. I hope we see some Kahale wearing this year, though, for sure.
I want to too. I'm getting, and I hate to be that guy that says this, but I'm getting Travis vibes. Travis Kelce here, he was barely on the field. People were like, why did we draft this dude? We're gonna cut this dude. And what they did was that they gave him time. They gave him time to develop, and now he's one of the best tight ends in the NFL. The question is do you have time? Before we get to that, I see this comment a lot. Micro ball equals championship. Here's the thing about that, Mr. Donut. I agree with you. I think the Rockets have a chance to do very good with this small ball lineup. The only question is when they go against, the ADs, which they will. If they go against the Giannis's, which they will. Can they be able to keep up with it in a 7-game series? Because it's different between one game, you're not playing them again, difference between a 7-game series. That is the question. Guys, Hunter, Cody, I want you guys to check out this shirt. This is the 713 Houston sports shirt that was made to be by my sponsors, Always Custom T-shirts. And if anybody wants a chance to win one of these shirts, I want you to drop a yes in the comments because I'll tell you what you needed to win it. But as we are 11 minutes away from the game, Hunter, you spoke about
real quick. I'm just curious, Hunter. Were you gonna say something kind of about the tight ends before we?
Oh yeah.
Move?
My thought is basically, so I think we're trying to mirror how the Chiefs' offense is, and the 49ers' offense. So I think for our offense to be as good as those, I think we have to have a consistent tight end that people have to worry about, and. Whether it's Akins or Waring, I just think it's important that we actually have a number 1 tight end and not a committee this year. That's pretty much what I was trying to say.
For sure, I definitely agree with that.
Hunter, we should have you on more often, bro. This boy's bringing it. But I see a lot of yes. So this is what I need you to do. I am a part of this network called Fan of Fan Network. I am the quote-unquote, I'm using Texas word. I'm dropping the Texans content myself. I'm going to send this Twitter link, not the link, but the ad. I need you to go to this app. I need you to follow them, and I need you to send them a tweet, like on your Twitter feed. You comment, hey, Mr. 713 brought me here. Go Texans. After you do that, you show me that you tweeted at them, and I'll put you in a drawing, and I'll choose 2 people, and I'll hit you up on DMs, size, this shirt, and then, we will get that to you. But you got to show me proof, because I've seen some people who say they did this, and there ain't no proof whatsoever. All right, boys, 10 minutes away from game time. I wish we could go longer. Well, we have about 19 more minutes. We're not done yet. Hunter, you wanted to talk about the
Game
second.
doesn't really start at 8, by the way. It starts later.
All right, well, we get it. Hunter, this is the first time. This is the first time Cody goes longer. Hey, you know why he could go longer? Do you know why he could go longer? He said his girlfriend's at a dinner. We all know that Cody is, he gets hit, right? He gets physically immense now playing. But Hunter, you wanted to talk about the secondary. Speak more on how you think the secondary is going to do. Or I'm sorry, your expectations.
I'll let Cody go first. What are your expectations?
Okay. I like the secondary pieces except for Eric Murray. I wish we never signed him. I wish we would sign someone now to take over for him. It is what it is. What kind of determines my expectations, I talked a little bit about it earlier, is 1, the play of Garyon Conley, and 2, the play of Lonnie Johnson. If those guys can step up and play outside, and maybe Lonnie can lock up some tight ends or something like that, and it allows us to move Roby inside, because Hargraves is all right, but he got burnt kind of late last season. The Bills game, he let up a big play. I think the secondary depends on those 2 guys. Conley, I know, is hurt. He's expected to play, though, Thursday, right?
Yes.
Right. So Conley and Lonnie kind of determine how the secondary is for me. Love Justin Reid. I wish he was in the box instead of free. I wish we would have maybe drafted Grant Delpit or got a free safety in there. Don't roll your eyes at me, Ruben. But it's just those 2 corners kind of determine how we play this year. And I think Lonnie's been doing great. The offseason stuff, footwork king, and he's been looking good in camp. If he comes on, I think this secondary can be something good. I don't know if they're good enough to kind of be that Legion of Boom kind of thing, where they or not even that. The Atlanta Falcons from 2015, where they're allowing a lot of coverage sacks. Their coverage is so good. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're that. So pass rush has to be there, but I do like the pieces in the secondary.
Yeah, basically what I was saying earlier was I think if Conley's locked down or not, I think that makes or breaks whether our defense is good or bad. That's pretty much where I'm at. We need a lockdown man corner so bad, and whether Roby wants to do that or it's Conley, but if we don't have that, then I think that depends. That'll make or break if our defense is good or bad. He needs to live up to his potential.
He does. He got drafted in the 2nd round. The secondary is, it's weird because a lot of people say our secondary sucks. We've had a lot of new pieces that need to have a full offseason, like you guys were mentioning. I'm just excited about rookie John Reid. I am excited about this guy.
That's fine, but he ain't playing this year.
Bro,
yeah,
he's
I don't think
gonna
he's gonna
take Bernie Hargreaves' spot. I have no faith in Bernie Hargreaves whatsoever. Maybe because I didn't even like him at Ohio State, but I wasn't a big fan of Bernie Hargreaves.
At Ohio State.
Well, wherever college he was at, I didn't like him, Cody. Florida, I didn't like him there. I have a good feeling about Mr. John Reid, who Bill O'Brien said is having a good camp. Mason said, I have an awesome question I want answered. Like you get it. Who do you guys think we're going to sign in the middle of this season? Ooh, that is a very good question. I would like to start off, boys. It all depends on injury. Depends on injury. If you see a wide receiver get injured, bring on Mr. Antonio Brown, who is serving 8-game suspension. But the best part about it, you're getting a healthy wide receiver who the Houston Texans had ties to, right? Deshaun wants him. We know for a fact, this is not me breaking news, but we know Bill O'Brien has been in talks with Antonio Brown, trying to see where his head was at. A lot of people have as well. I would love to see Antonio Brown on this Houston Texans team.
Who do you want to go next?
Let's go Hunter. Hunter's killing it today, man.
It depends on who gets hurt, but I just think it's less of a risk. So if a Kenny Stills or a Randall Cobb gets hurt, I think if Sanu's still a free agent, you get him. But I think he'll be signed by then. That's all really who I can think of right now. Maybe I could think of maybe Ezekiel Ansah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe him. Yeah.
Is he still a free agent right now? He is? Okay.
Yeah, I'd want to bring him in for a visit if a pass rusher goes down, probably.
Yeah, for sure. Or if it's not up to par.
Yeah.
For me, this one depends because who's going to be out on the free agent market. We haven't even hit the cuts yet for the 53-man roster. And then we've traded for two guys last two seasons. It was Conley and then Demaryius Thomas. So it just depends, like they said, depends on who gets hurt.
I don't know who's going to be on the trade block either.
Yeah, exactly. So the one I kind of talked about earlier today that would be kind of convenient for us if, say, a running back goes down is Adrian Peterson because he lives in Houston. He lives in Houston. He's wanted to play for us for years. I think. Were you about to say Freeman?
I was about to say Devontae Freeman.
I was talking because Adrian Peterson is just the convenient pick. He's already here. He has a house in Houston, and he's wanted to play for us for years. This is only if David or Duke goes down, and he's a different kind of back from those guys.
Well, so if Duke goes down, wouldn't you want it to be Devontae Freeman over Adrian Peterson? Because Devontae Freeman can catch in the backfield. At one point was a very good running back. The thing on Adrian Peterson is, dude, he's 35 years old. I mean, I like the fact that he can run in between
Frank
tackles,
Gore, he
right?
keeps getting signed.
Yeah, but Frank Gore, dude, Frank.
I think we only sign Adrian Peterson if DJ goes down.
Yeah,
David Johnson.
I agree.
If he's healthy, we probably don't sign him.
Oh, for sure. I definitely agree because Adrian Peterson's not going to be our third back and play special teams.
Yeah, he's still going to want to get some snaps.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a very good question, man, because it's like I don't know what's going to happen, man, because this team is nuts. Like, this whole season is nuts, right? I mean, could you see a situation where somebody contracts COVID and they have to be out for 14 days and you got to go pick up somebody right now who could come in? You know, it's going to be absolutely nuts. But going back to what I was saying, guys, yes, fanofannetwork.com. Drop it out. You know, hit that tweet that said Mr. 713 brought you guys there. Guys, the Bucks are now down 3-0. 3-0. Miami Heat just took it to them again. Giannis is probably going to go to the freaking Golden State Warriors next season. That's another thing for the same. Reid said, "Who should we? Which free agent will we sign?" We were talking about who will we cut for the 7-3. For the 7-3, I mean, you could cut a lot of people right now who you basically don't expect to be on the season. Adoree, Conley, Rose, we ranked them. I think Adoree. I think the way now is just, you know, the way to do it. We don't know how much longer until the Rockets come on, but final thing of this stream, right? I want you to hype the fans up, and I'm going to start with you, Hunter. I want you to hype the fans up. Tell them why the Houston Texans are not only going to win this game on Thursday, but how they are going to shock the NFL.
Well, I think you just look at the roster as a whole. I think people are underrating our O-line, and they don't watch the games, and I don't think they know how good they are when they're all healthy. I don't think they realize how good Watson's going to be with 4 or 5 receivers, 2 running backs in the backfield who can catch. So I think what's going to surprise people is the stuff that, you know, is under the radar, like our O-line. People don't watch the games; they don't know how good they are when everyone's healthy. So I guess that's where I'm at. I think people are going to be shocked how well our offense clicks with so many pieces, and you know. And then I think our defense is going to look a lot different with different stunts that Weaver's going to bring in.
Cody.
You know, I like it, but I don't have us winning. So
okay, I mean that's fine. Okay, what score would you? Okay, so I'm sorry. What score are you comfortable with if the Houston Texans lose?
So you kind of asked me this the other day. It depends on how they play.
Yeah,
Because, like, I wanted to actually bring this up. Do y'all remember the Dallas Cowboys game from 2 years ago that went into overtime, the hop double spin?
I was there.
Yes, I
You were
was there too.
Well, we
No, I wasn't there.
dominated time of possession, yardage, all that good stuff. But the red zone, I think we got into the red zone 6 times and only scored twice. Touchdowns wise, we had to kick field goals. I was not happy with that game at all. So we won the game, but we should have dominated them, and we didn't. So it depends on how they play. If we lose like the Saints game last year, okay, I'm a little bit more optimistic, right? Even though that last play, the defensive play, whatever. But for a score within a touchdown, if it's like that shootout kind of game, it is cool with me, depending on how the actual game goes.
I mean, to me,
If I had to put a score on it, my prediction, 31-24, Kansas City.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that either. I mean, I think if you look, honestly, here's my whole thing. If you put up 25 plus points, I'm excited about this offense because we're able to get things done against a good defense like the Kansas City Chiefs have. We all know the question is the defense going to hold up? I want to go 38-35, man. I really want to see a shootout. I want to see Deshaun Watson hit every different receiver we have, or whether a first down, touchdown. I just want to see a new, different Houston, Texas team. A Houston, Texas team that we deserve, ladies and gentlemen. It is time, after 7 damn years of this, we want a team that is going to compete. If you think about this, guys, when Bill O'Brien was hired, I was still in high school. I was a sophomore in high school. He's still here. This is his year to prove everybody wrong. That in year 7, I don't know how he made it to year 7, that in year 7, I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to do what I do and lead this team to a Super Bowl run. If he doesn't get it done, he needs to be gone. And come Eric Bieniemy, because Andy Reid was just signed to a long-term contract. I don't think we're going to lose this game. They talked a lot of trash. We are being slept on. Deshaun Watson, they did a kind of promo, right? A horrible promo, with Patrick Mahomes and Watson. And one thing that I like what Watson said is, I guess we'll see September 10th. I guess we'll see. That's something that I'm like, all right, you know what? We're going to knock these dudes in the fucking mouth, and we're going to try to go out there and get a dub. We don't know if the Rockets play or not. We are, but let's say hi to Mr. Houston Texans talk, bro. We should definitely have you on after Friday, because after Friday, we're going to go live on Friday. We go live on Fridays. We're going to have Hunter back if he wants to. Cody, we know for sure if his girlfriend lets him. Houston Texans talk, we're definitely going to want to have him on, because it's going to be a lot to talk about, guys. This is the first Houston Texans game again we excited about. But are there any things, Cody?
For me, real quick, because of the comments, I just saw a bunch of high-score games. Guys, with this offseason, no preseason games, and how this offseason went, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be that high-scoring 48, 45 type of game, even high 30s, So just one thing I want to say about that. And then, Hunter, I wanted to ask you, what's your record prediction for the Texans this coming season?
Yeah, I posted it, and I put 10-6. And my reason being, well, I guess I kind of broke it down by each game. But, there's 7 seeds this year, so we'll get in the playoffs with 10-6. And it just depends how healthy we are when we get to the playoffs. But I think that's a fair record.
Yeah, it's definitely a fair record, man.
Mine's 9-7. I think
it's only 9-7 because you're a fan, dude.
Dude, shut up. I just think the schedule's tough. The first 4 games, if we can come out 2-2, I'm ecstatic.
Oh.
I don't know if we do that. I think we have a good second half of the season. But I just think the division's tough. The schedule's tough. This offseason is going to throw a lot of things off. So that's what it is for me. My ceiling for this team is 12-4, though.
Ariz, thank you for that Rockets Still pregame. Ariz, please let us know, when the Rockets game is going to start, so that we could keep on talking. But I mean, Houston Texans talk is going 13-3. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for me. I don't see this Houston Texans team going 13-3. I do see them going 11-5, 10-6, because you do have to put that stupid loss that the Houston Texans are, right? They had it against the Broncos. The season that who do they lose it to? The Eagles that they just should have won. It's games that we lose where we shouldn't. You have to put that horrible losses. I keep on saying this. I hope I don't jinx myself. That loss is going to be against the Patriots. November 21st, a day before my birthday. I hate it, but it's probably going to happen. I'm excited about Cam Newton. Road Texas Dash Lou says, as much as it hurts, 45-35 Chiefs. I don't think we did enough on defense. If it's 45-35 and you're able to put up 35 points, then hey, we good. I'm excited. Monica Calvillo says, what up, Ruben? Guys, this is actually my sponsor, Monica Calvillo. If you need any shirts done, please hit her up. As always, custom t-shirts and crafts. Like I said, we're doing a giveaway for one of these shirts. I love them so much. Cody, I have one with your name on it. But
I gotta say, the 13-3. Oh, sorry to cut you off. I thought you were about to go.
You're good.
Unrealistic to me. Look, we had the 19th ranked defense last year. I don't see a lot of improvements with a rookie DC. Name me a 13-3 team that had a bottom half defense. And then, like Ruben said, the Broncos game, the Panthers game last year, 2 years ago, the Tennessee game, Blaine Gabbert, the losing to the 0-2 New York Giants. We had those games every year. It's just 13-3. I don't think you understand really. 13-3 seems to be everybody's sweet spot, whether it's the us, Cowboys, the Bengals, the Broncos. It's ridiculous, but it's just 13-3 is kind of unrealistic because one, defense, two, who knows what this offense is? We haven't had a top 10 offense the past 2 years. It's just 13-3. Honestly, 13-3 and 12-4 is a big difference. Only those elite teams go 13-3, 14-2. So I don't see that this year.
If we do,
I think I have a prediction.
Yes, sir. Hit us with it, Hunter. Come on.
All right. So could y'all see this happening? So we win. We beat the Chiefs by 10 points, and it's a huge win. But could y'all see everyone saying, "Oh, it's the first game. Oh, it's the regular season." And
I'm glad. Okay, hold up. Oh my God. Okay, let me get on that. If the Houston Texans lose this game, expect this. Hold on. First of all, Patrick Storm, surprise interview on Texans Unfiltered. He said it's a surprise. Give us a hint. If he doesn't give us a hint, Cody's going to hold his breath for 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. And at any point, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. At any point, stop me. If we beat KU, it's the first game. Super Bowl hangover, they're getting over the pandemic. If we beat the Baltimore Ravens, it's the second game. Hey, teams don't start off as good as they are. Lamar Jackson is going to take some time to get accustomed to it. Who's the third game? The Steelers.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Hey, Big Ben's coming back from injury. He's not in his groove yet. You could totally see why they lost that game. That's if the Houston Texans start off 3-0. Any wrong there?
Oh, you're absolutely right.
I'm absolutely right. You go 0-3, Bill O'Brien doesn't know what the hell he's doing. That's what happens when you get rid of DeAndre Hopkins. That's what happens when you have your head coach as the GM, the offensive coordinator, almost the owner. We are gonna get no respect if we go 3-0. If we go 0-3, expect the world to dog on us. And dog on us and dog on us. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Especially from national media. I do gotta say real quick. I've said it. I'm saying it now. I've said it for weeks. I will say it after. Week 1 is the flukiest week of the season. 3 years ago, we saw Kansas City absolutely dog stomp the defending Super Bowl New England Patriots. So you're right. Both y'all are right. That's what will be said. But at a point, it is kind of true. especially this offseason.
Especially.
I think if we win and everyone just makes excuses, we just got to worry about ourselves and know that. That's
for sure.
Actually,
Dude, y'all
a
gotta
big
stop
deal.
watching national media. I'm gonna say that
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, stop. Oh, look, this is why you have to watch the 713 Houston Sports. JW. Oh, I'm sorry. Brand new name. Let us
Yes, sir.
know what your brand new name is.
So we changed the name to Lone Star Football Podcast. We are
Love
Cowboys
it.
Texans channel, and I thought it fit accordingly.
Lone Star Football Channel. You gotta see Mr. Hunter's tweets, Texas Unfiltered, Sox Sports, Houston Texans Talk, Texans Thoughts, because we know what actually goes down. Because this is, we watch this team, listen to this team, read about this team 365 days of the year. We know exactly what this Houston Texans team is capable of. Don't listen to the media because they just don't know, right? They still think we have a horrible offensive line. We still think we have a horrible secondary. The only thing they do know is that Deshaun Watson is great. But how can you? I mean, come on now. That's it. Don't listen to these national media guys. And it's going to be okay because you're going to see one of us be on ESPN one day, and you're going to be well aware I am coming for everybody. How many socks will Ross Blacklock get this season? I think he means sacks. Ross Blacklock, I don't expect that much from him. He didn't really get to the pass rusher a lot. Last season for TCU, I think he had 2 or 3 sacks. He is main there to stop the run, was one of the best run defenders in college. So that's why we are very excited about him. Trying to fill that DJ Reader role. But Hunter, the first 8 games of the season, you play against 6, maybe 7 former playoff teams. Can we all agree on that? You got
From last year?
From last year, you got KC, Baltimore. Steelers were almost a playoff team. You have the Vikings, you have the Packers, you have the Titans, and then you have the Jags, right?
So 5. No, yeah, 5.
5. Let's first answer this question by Unique 8-4. Look at the weapons we have this offense. Do you think we will go similar direction in terms of the scheme like the 2018 Rams? Hunter brought that up, right? Hunter said that that's exactly what he envisioned this offense is. And if this offense is anything like the Rams, then you absolutely love it, right? You have Robert Woods, you had Cooper Kupp, a bunch of not big name wide receivers, but wide receivers who get 1,000 yards, under the rated guys. If it's anything like the Rams offense, I mean, you have to be super excited about it. Am I wrong? But,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Repeat the question.
Well, I mean, just the question is, it was just what Hunter said. How this offense, he envisioned it, like the Los Angeles Rams, and if it's like that, it's going to be absolutely crazy, right? You expect that, but Hunter, like I said, the first 7 games, 6 of them are against playoff teams. What do you deal record to come out of those 7 games? Because the rest of the other games are weak. The first 8 games, what do you think is a good spot where you feel good about this team? I think if you come out of here 3-4, I'm excited about it. We did good. We beat some good teams. Hopefully we lost by the inch of our teeth in the other ones. I think if you come out 3-4, if it's a losing record, that's good.
Yeah, in my prediction, I put 3-4, and I think they have a better second half of the season than the first.
Definitely agree. You 3-4 in the first 7, you said?
3-4, yeah.
Yeah. Who do you have us losing to in those?
So I have losing to the Chiefs, losing to the Ravens, beating Pittsburgh, losing to the Vikings, beating the Jags, losing to the Titans, and beating the Packers.
Okay, gotcha. I basically have the same. I have a switch with the Vikings and Steelers. I think we lose to the Steelers, beat the Vikings. I think a big part of that is away against the Steelers and home versus the Vikings, which I guess that technically doesn't matter this season. But anyways, I have us losing to the Packers because I think Aaron Rodgers on a revenge tour. But like Ruben said, 3-4. I'm okay with 4-3.
It's starting.
Ecstatic with.
Well,
Yeah.
3 and
gentlemen.
4, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, 3 and 4. I'm
Exactly.
not complaining either. It looks like the game's about to start. So, guys,
It tipped off.
it tipped off. We love you. We hope you guys have a blessed Friday night. Go Texans. Go Houston Rockets. We're going to come next Friday after the Houston Texans beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully, we have some good things to talk about. Hunter, thank you for coming on. Cody, thank you for
Thanks for
coming
having me
on.
on.
We love you guys. Yes, sir. We'll do this again.